With everything nowadays available at our fingertips, we want everything now.
So why should beauty products be any different? Today we're testing instant beauty products to see if they actually deliver on their immediate claims or if they're simply scams. I look like a mummy. We're gonna start off with 3 levels of lip plumpers. Starting with level 1, we have this manual lip plumper that actually looks like a taiyaki, one of those fish desserts that you see with ice cream sticking out. But somebody in the comments said, I was convinced this is a menstrual cup. But this area is supposed to suction your lips to make it look luscious, full, and plump. The only thing is, after watching this TikTok, it created bruises around her lips, and I'm scared. Beauty is pain. Okay, so it looks like I have to kind of purse my lips and then just like have it suction while I press this in and like let it out. Oh. Okay, it's really hard to keep it suction because my mouth just feels like it's like salivating inside. You're supposed to keep it on for at least 30 seconds. Let me try to do it neutral, press, and then I'll let go. Oh my gosh. I can understand why people call it duck lips now because they just like squeeze it so hard that it just becomes like flat and not like that. There's a lot of redness underneath my bottom lip. It doesn't necessarily look as bruised as the TikTok video, but I definitely see some inflammation here, which makes it kind of like plumper. And I have really thin lips, so anything would make my lips look bigger. Let's put on some gloss and see if it made any difference. Honestly, I don't think it did anything. It just caused inflammation underneath my bottom lip. Can you guys tell a difference?
Maybe a little bit.
Let's see how long this actually lasts though. But I'm gonna give this torture device a 6 out of 10. So while we wait to see how long my lips stay plump, let's move on to our next product. This is an oil control roller. It's made out of dragonite halloysite clay that's supposed to be able to absorb all the oil on your face and make your skin go from shiny to matte. So my skin is not super shiny right now. I don't get super oily, but let's try it around my T-zone area and see if you actually see any oil that gets transferred on this clay. The roller is pretty easy to use. You do see a little bit of the oiliness or the greasiness on here, but I know some people that just like get so oily by the end of the day, and that's where it counts. So let me test it by adding some oil on my hands and see how well that works. Oh, no way! And just looking at the mirror, it left some clay residue on my forehead. Who needs bronzer when you got natural looking clay? Just kidding, this is not the look I'm going for. We'll get into bronzing next. Does anybody really ever get this shiny though? So this might be an extreme test for this product. It definitely absorbs the oil. Let me go over it a couple times. And honestly, it did clean up all of the oil on my hand, except like it did on my face, it left this very orangey residue behind, which is not ideal if you're trying to mattify your face. You don't want to color it at the same time. So while I like what this does, I don't love the clay, and people say that this product really only lasts like 3 weeks anyways. For $28, I feel like that's not worth it. So I'm gonna give this Peace Out oil control roller a 5 out of 10. Next up, we have this instant hair building fiber that instantly gives you fullness and volume. So I don't have super thin hair, but I do see quite a bit of scalp on top. And this product apparently has tiny colored keratin fibers that clings to your hair through electrostatic charge, which is super interesting. You're supposed to sprinkle this powder on and then it immediately makes the area look fuller and more dense. I've seen people on TikTok try to cover up their scalp, but the true test is when you put your hair up, you usually see a lot of white spots around here, around the crown, and I'm gonna try to cover that up to see if it actually makes my hair look fuller. Let's start by doing our scalp on top first, just to see how well it covers up the area. The powder comes out, it's kind of like baby powder where it just kind of gets everywhere, and you really have to like get close to the scalp for it to not spread. But so far, after putting it on, it does cover up my scalp just a little bit. I still see the white, but it doesn't make me feel like my hair looks any fuller. It actually has the texture of dry shampoo, so you gotta like rub it in. Now I feel like it looks a little fuller and I don't see my scalp anymore. Somebody said, God forbid other people know we have scalps. Once I put my hair up right here, I can't really see the scalp line anymore, but this area always kind of bothers me because I have bangs. And so there's like a very definitive definitive line here. I think the hardest part is getting it to the area that you want it on because it just keeps flying in front. Maybe because my hair is so dark, I just feel like nothing's coming out. So I have to use like a lot to see the results. But it does do a pretty good job of covering up the white spots here and here. Overall, I'd say it works. My hair definitely has like a more blackish tone to it, as if it wasn't already dark enough already. I do think it works better on people with lighter hair though, but there's one more test that I want to put this through. Oh, cameraman. He has a head full of hair, but there are areas that are a little sparse. Somebody said, my dad used this on the bald spot when I was a kid and we called it AstroTurf toupee. So let's give him a little bit of an AstroTurf toupee in this area right here and see if it actually works. The powder does get all over you though. So after putting the powder on his hair, I do notice that number one, it does fly over everywhere, so you do have to brush it off. But number two, it goes on very, very patchy, and you kind of have to rub it out, but even after rubbing it out, it still looks very patchy on a head that shows a little bit more scalp. So you end up seeing patchy powders that just does not look that natural. Like I said, black is really intense and hard to blend out on like a very light colored scalp. So I do think that it would work better on lighter hair people, but overall it did have an instant result. So I'm gonna give this hair building fiber a 7 out of 10. I've been seeing this product all over TikTok, and I would say this is a more lazy girl hack than anything, because this is the flick stick where you're supposed to be able to just stamp on your eyeliner. I would say drawing on your eyeliner already has pretty instant results, but this makes it even faster. You get 2 to a box, where one side is the stamp of the winged liner. Makes sense, one for each eye, but you're supposed to already have your eyeliner on, which it also comes with eyeliner side. I already pre-lined my eyes, so we're just gonna stamp. Everyone in the comments wanted to know how it works on hooded eyes, and here are my hooded eyes, so here we go. The toughest thing about this is to make sure like I line it up correctly and decide which angle I want to do it. Because usually for hooded eyes, I would have to like draw mine up this way and angle it. I'm gonna show you guys how I would normally wing my eye, which would be just like drawing a line here and then connecting it. And that's what I do for a wing on a hooded eye. And now this one, I'm gonna use it as a guide to stamp it. So the stamp has like a little crease right here, and I think that's where it goes at the corner of your eye right here. So let me line it up and stamp. Whoa! That was pretty easy. It's a really intense line. It makes me question if I've been winging my eyes incorrectly this whole time. The way that my eye is shaped and the way that this hugs the corner of the eye, I can't really do like a longer. So you really have to work on the angle of this eyeliner too. I feel like I pointed it up too much, so I do want to try it. I'm gonna have 2 winged eyeliner, but I wonder if for my eye, since it slants downward, if it would look a little better. And now I look like a cartoon. I do think if I slanted it down a little lower, it wouldn't be as intense. It doesn't go out as far either. I look like Minnie Mouse. I do think that I like the second stamp and the angle a lot better, so I'm glad to know that we can do like multiple angles. Another claim that it has is that it virtually stays on all day and you can't rub it off. Ooh. That's actually pretty good. I mean, it is coming off a little bit, but for an eyeliner, this is pretty good to like really rub it in because nobody's really doing that. Okay, it definitely stays on. I don't love that I need 2 pens to stamp on my eyeliner when usually I just carry along one eyeliner and call it a day. It's a cool concept, and it does give you an instant wing. If you're not good at doing winged eyeliner, I definitely think this is a good choice, but if you're used to drawing it on, it doesn't really make a difference. I'm gonna give the flick stick an 8 out of 10. So it's been about an hour. Let's revisit my lip plumper. At the bottom here, it still looks a little plump, as if there's a little bit of inflammation left under my lips, but it definitely went down. So now I wanna try level 2, where you're supposed to be able to take this lip plumper, put it against your lips similar to the other one, and this one has like a hand pump suction where you're supposed to take it, pull out the suction, and it should grip. A lot of people on Amazon said it doesn't suction or do anything, so I'm interested to see if this actually works. This one has a lot more coverage on your lips too. It covers your whole mouth and then your cheeks too. Hopefully my cheeks are now not gonna be bruised. I see what people mean. So it does suction once you pull it out, but it doesn't stay. So I think you have to like hold it for however long you need to, which we're gonna try for 30 seconds. Okay, I don't think that did anything, but I do see a huge imprint around my mouth. In terms of suctioning around my lips, it definitely was not as intense as this fish one. I could feel the air coming out under my lips so that there was like a little bit of bubbling that was losing suction, hence why you don't see any results. I'm gonna have to agree with the Amazon review on this one and give it 0 out of 10. There was no instant result other than just like a huge red line around my mouth. But will level 3 work better? Stay tuned to find out. Next up, we have the Peter Thomas Roth Instant Firm Eye Temporary Eye Tightener Easy Wear Formula for firming under eye bags and wrinkles. And it comes with a bonus brush. People on TikTok were going crazy with the before and afters here, showing what it does for your under eye bags and wrinkles. So I'm gonna apply this product on half of my face to show you what it looks before and after. So this product claims that it tightens your under eye bag really fast without leaving any residue or whiteness, making it look super natural as if it's like your second skin. But the only thing is it's temporary. So I wanna know how long it lasts and if it actually leaves in some residue, because some people were saying after their second use, it started pilling and just nothing they can do will fix like the dryness of it. Okay, so I'm gonna dab a little bit onto my eye bag. It comes out looking like this skin color gel. I'm gonna dab it on and then we're gonna brush it in. Now we have to stay expressionless for 3 to 7 minutes so the product can properly set and dry. So just from the TikTok videos that I've seen, the results are really dramatic, but the people that they're trying this on have like very intensely dark and puffy bags. Mine are not as intense, but as it's drying, I do feel like it tingles a little bit. It's like this weird sensation, similar to when you put something like this lip injection, like that menthol-y feeling on your lips. I feel it under my eye. And I don't know if it's just like a weird reaction to this product or if it's supposed to feel that way, but I don't necessarily love it. Okay, so it's been 5 minutes now trying to be as emotionless as I can, and it has dried. Here's the before and here's the after. It honestly just looks and feels like it's a little bit more matted. I don't know if it made that much of a difference. I do see a lot more puffiness and lines here, and it looks a little bit more concealed here. There's like a little bit of a blurring effect right here. For the crow's feet, when I smile, you can see more of a difference. I definitely have a lot more creases here versus on this side. But like they said, this is only a temporary effect, so it doesn't last that long. Somebody said, due to marketing, I had high hopes for this product. It tightened the area for about 10 minutes, and then it just dried out with no results. I can't fault it because it does say temporary. How long that temporary is, I guess, depends on each person, but because my results aren't as super drastic as the ones they show on the packaging or on their website, I feel like mine should last, or like you wouldn't be able to tell the difference as much as the day goes on. So I'd say it's a pretty decent instant fix, depending on how bad your bags and your lines are. So for me, I'm gonna give this an 8 out of 10. And now let's test level 3 for a lip plumper. This is an electric device where you're supposed to be able to have 2 different plumping looks. It has this insert right here, which gives you an apple-shaped plump. I guess that's more like that. Or you can take this piece out and get the full lips like this. But since we already tested the full version, I'm gonna keep them apples to apple and do the full lip version. We have 3 different settings: a low, medium, and high. I'm scared to use the high because it sounds really intense. We're gonna start off with the low and then I'll go into the medium and tell you guys how bad that is, and hopefully it will not bruise me. Okay, I'm gonna stick my mouth in this little lip insert right here. The low suction was already so intense for me. When I went to the medium, I literally felt like it was pulling my lips out of my face. So I can't even imagine what the high setting would be like. So on the lowest setting, I can leave it on for 15 seconds, and this is the result. Honestly, I feel like my top lip just doesn't plump no matter what device I use, but the bottom one, it just like suctions at the bottom right here, and that's where it gives it that fullness. Honestly, I noticed a little bit of swelling down here, but nothing crazy. And for 15 seconds, it felt like it suctioned a lot. Maybe it's my lips that just like doesn't really plump up. I have super thin lips, so you can't even really tell if it did anything. The top definitely looks the same. Level 3 did the same thing that level 1 did. So depending on which torture device you choose, an electric one or a manual one, I would say the electric one was faster, a little bit more intense if you want it to be. 7 out of 10. I think lip plumpers generally are a scam, and you can really bruise yourself doing this all the time. So I'm gonna stick to my tried and true and just do the lip injection gloss. A better kind of burn. Next up, we have this Isle of Paradise Sunny Serum Instant Face Bronzer. It's supposed to give you this instant glowy, fun in the sun complexion that has a little bit of skincare, and the best part is it washes away. I saw a TikTok here where she shows her best kept beauty secret hack. She actually puts on self tanner that gives her that glowy complexion. The only thing is it could go really wrong if I don't do it right because it stays on you and does not wash off. So I'm gonna try her best kept beauty secret hack with this one. So in case it looks like a disaster, at least I can wash it off. So she starts by putting her product on her brush, and this one might be a lot more liquidy than the product that she uses. So we're gonna start off with this much. And then we're gonna draw a line right here above your cheekbone, and it goes on fairly smooth. So you bring it up, and then you cover your forehead, get deep in there, do what that hair powder couldn't, and then brush it in. And then to get your very defined looking cheeks, she says start here and bring it up. Don't forget to blend your neck. I feel like I need to blend my cheekbones, but we're not done yet because we need to bring it down. Somebody said in the comments, while it feels good on the skin and applies without streaks, I end up looking more like a Cullen in the sun than a good tan. I guess it was a lot more sparkly than they anticipated. Okay, using the excess only on the side of your brush, draw a line down your nose and then into your eyebrow. And because my lip plumper couldn't give me that fullness on my lips, we're gonna try it with the bronzer. I need a little bit more. She brushes it right underneath here. So now she leaves hers on for a couple hours to really set, but since this is more of an instant one, I think I just have to go in and blend it a little bit. And this pretty much acts as like a contouring product for her. And now I would say it actually looks pretty natural, and you can see a little bit more definition here where it looks very flat on this side, just kind of like pale and white. It looks like I have a little bit more of a glow. Let's look at that jawline. I love this little hack, and I think I'm definitely gonna start implementing it into my beauty routine. And I'm gonna give both hack and product 9 out of 10. This is a purple color correcting serum for your teeth. It's supposed to enhance, brighten, and conceal the yellow tone, making your pearly white even whiter. So it's really interesting that they call this a serum, but it pretty much acts like a toothpaste because you have to brush it on, but it doesn't have any like dental cleaning capacity other than just color correcting your teeth. So I am brand new into my Invisalign journey, not sponsored, but I heard that using Invisalign can cause a little bit of yellowing of your teeth because you're basically trapping your teeth in these plastic aligners for like 22 hours a day. And this product is supposed to give you insanely instant results, so I'm interested in trying it. The way that I see the purple is kind of like when you go to a salon and people with like super blonde hair, to get like the brassiness out of it, they use purple shampoo to make it look like light and bright and beautiful and blonde. So I guess the same kind of color theory applies to your teeth. Let's go test. And here's my teeth. I'm gonna just do the top part and you guys can see the bottom part and see if it actually turns white. Okay, for this, you're supposed to add a little bit onto your teeth, and using a toothbrush or cotton swab, gently polish the serum across your teeth, and then you massage the formula in for 30 seconds. Then you spit it out, wipe it out, and then it's supposed to turn white. Okay, ready for the reveal? Yeah, they're definitely wider than the bottom. But it makes me wonder, is this an optical illusion where it just kind of casted a little bit of tint, kind of like the way we dye our frosting? Or did it actually really whiten my teeth? I don't know, but it did instantly color correct my teeth, and it looks noticeably wider. Whether it stays like this or not is to be determined. But if you use this every day, I feel like it should look white all the time. It is pretty instant, so I'm gonna give this purple color correcting tooth serum a 9 out of 10. Next up, we have this Numbuzin lifting face mask. This face mask has gone super viral on TikTok because people claim they can get a facelift within 20 minutes. That is a bold claim. And honestly, with all of the TikToks that I've seen online, I literally cannot tell the difference. They all end up looking the same to me. So I'm gonna test it out for myself. But first, let's wash off the face. It comes in a package like this. You have a top and a bottom. Ooh. There's so much serum on here. This is the eye mask. It's like wet. And it's not made of that like silicone jelly type thing. It's kind of like a soft cloth. And now you just put it on your face. This part, pretty standard. Now this part is where it gets interesting. The bottom mask goes on your chin, wraps around your neck, and these two right here hook up onto your ear. And my face must be gigantic because it does not even reach my ear. Hold on, I'm like really stretching it. You're telling me this mask is supposed to make my face feel lifted somehow? I feel like if anything, it's pulling my ears down. But I'm super confused because there's supposed to be a lifting band that wraps around my head. How is that supposed to work? For stronger lifting effect, start from chin, pull the band tight, and close it on the top of your head. What's the lifting band? Okay, there's actually a third piece that goes into this. This is that lifting band that they mentioned, and you're supposed to take this, and I guess this one is the reusable one, where you put it around your whole entire face and then wrap it around your head. And I guess it's supposed to secure itself on top of each other. I look like a mummy. I do feel a little bit of tension around my chin and my jaw, but I'm still skeptical whether or not this actually creates any type of lift to your face. But now we wait 20 minutes. All right, it's been 20 minutes. Let's see if my face has lifted and if you can tell a difference at all. I'll tell you what though, releasing this helps my jaw so much because it was feeling so tight and tense. Take off the ear band. Can we tell a difference? Honestly, I can't tell the difference. I will say that it left behind a lot of product and serum, so I definitely feel like my face is very hydrated. But in terms of the liftedness, I don't know if I can tell any type of difference because nothing feels different other than just like my jaw feels less tight once I took off the band. It maybe just feels more restricted when I'm wearing that. But you guys will have to tell me if you see any type of difference. I'm gonna give this product a 7 out of 10. But if you like this video, go watch me test the weirdest TikTok beauty products. Bye!